Hello Year 6, and we've got another SPaG lesson today for you. Today's lesson is all about the active and passive voice. So what is the active voice? So in an active sentence, the subject performs the action, which is the verb, to the object. Now that sounds a little bit complicated, but if we have a look at the sentences underneath, it'll start to make sense. So the first one, the man baked a cake. So the man is at the beginning of the sentence, that's the subject. And what did he do? He baked, which is the verb, and he baked a cake. So cake is the object. So we've got the subject at the beginning of the sentence, the man, and he baked the cake. So it tells us what the action was and the object as well. Same in the sentence underneath. Isaac threw a ball at the window. So Isaac is the sentence. He threw the ball. Threw is the action, it's the verb, and the ball is the subject. And the last sentence, Helen watered the flowers every day. So Helen is our subject. Watered is the verb, and the flowers are the object. So what is the passive voice? Now in the passive voice, the sentence gets turned around and we start with the subject at the beginning. So instead of saying the man baked a cake, we've turned it round. A cake was baked by the man. Instead of Isaac threw a ball at the window, we have a ball was thrown at the window by Isaac. And instead of Helen watered the flowers every day, the flowers were watered every day by Helen. So a few things to look out for. We've got that was and were now added into our verb, and we've got the word by. So a cake was baked by the man. So there are a few key things to look out for. And so we've got the cake at the beginning of the sentence. It was baked by the man. So it was the man that did the baking. The cake was passive. That's where the passive voice comes from. The cake is passive. It's being baked. A cake was baked. Okay, little test for you now. Can you sort out whether these sentences are active or passive? We've got the girl wrote a story. The lady was knocked over by a car. Thieves stole the jewellery. The dog drank the water. The paintings were completed by the children. So think about the active voice, the passive voice. Can you decide which is which? And here are the answers. How did you get on? So our active sentences: the girl wrote a story, thieves stole the jewellery, the dog drank the water. And then the passive: the lady was knocked over by a car, the paintings were completed by the children. How did you get on? I hope you got those right. And on to the next slide. Which sentence uses the passive voice? We've got Kira played for the netball team. We've got the tasty meal was cooked by my mum. And my little brother always wakes up early. Can you spot the sentence that is written in the passive voice? Did you get it right? It's the middle one. The tasty meal was cooked by my mum. Now, this is a sort of question that you often get in the SATs test. It says, rewrite this sentence in the passive voice. So we've got an active voice sentence. The goalkeeper saved the ball. And you have to rewrite it in the passive. So my top tip is start at the end. Look at the object at the end, the ball. That now has to come at the beginning of the sentence. We can add was or were if it's in the past tense. And we can use the word by. So have a think. Can you rewrite this sentence in the passive voice? And here we go. Here's the answer. The ball was saved by the goalkeeper. Did you get that right? Well done. Just remember, use the words that are there. Okay, you have to add in was, you have to add in by, but don't add anything else unnecessary. Also, make sure you put your capital letter and your full stop at the end, because if you don't, doesn't matter how good a sentence you've written, it won't be right. Now a question the opposite way now. Rewrite this sentence in the active voice. So the sentence is, the results were announced by the judges. can you rewrite it in the active voice? So again, my top tip, look at the end of the sentence. You have to swap it round. Have a go, see how you get on. And here's the answer. The judge announced the results. Capital letter, full stop at the end, no unnecessary words, words copied correctly to make sure you get the spellings accurate. How did you get on? Here's another sort of question that you might come across. Tick one box in each row to show whether the sentence is written in the active voice or the passive voice. Have a look, read the sentences and see if you can work out which is which. And there we go. Otters live in clean rivers. That's the active. Fish are eaten by otters. That's the passive. And usually otters are playful creatures. That's the active. Right, so you've had a short lesson on the passive and active voice this morning. So have a go at the passive and active voice quiz back on Google Classrooms and see how you get on. And comment in the comment section underneath to let me know how you've got on with that. Good luck and see you soon.